Hey everyone, Cody here, and today I want to answer the question, should I sell my artwork on eBay? Now I'm going to talk about three things. First, I'm going to talk about my experience with eBay. Second, I'm going to talk about some things to keep in mind about eBay. And then third, I will talk about some pros and cons of selling on eBay. So first off, my experience with eBay. I have used eBay to try to sell artwork. I'll be straight up, I didn't sell any artwork, and I had listed, I think, like a dozen different pieces of different sizes and price points. So my experience with eBay is that I didn't actually sell anything, and just looking at some of the things on eBay, I don't think that there's a lot of high quality on there. So, but again, my experience is that I've never sold anything on eBay, so I really don't feel 100% qualified because I know that there is people that do sell on there, but I haven't sold anything. So now let's talk about the site itself. Now, I come from a marketing background, and it's important to remember that the intention of a website, right? And so what I mean by that is that every website that you go to has an intention, and the people going to that website have an intention for going to that website. For example, if you go to Google, your intention is to find an answer for something. If you go to Facebook, your intention is to share and consume statuses, pictures, videos, whatever, of other people. If you go to Wikipedia, your intention is to learn something. So if you think about the intentionality of a website, and again, this comes kind of from a marketing background. If you think about the intentionality of a website, you can kind of hone in on what the purpose of that website is and how well you might do on it. So keeping that in mind, if you think about eBay, what is the intention of eBay? eBay is a selling website, of course, right? Now, but it's more than that, right? So one, it's an auction site, but two, it's a site where people are trying to get things for a cheaper price than they can get it, wholesale or directly from a distributor. So what's important to remember about eBay is that unless you have a unique item that is very valuable, that's going to sell for a lot of money, generally what people are looking for on eBay is for a cost that is lower than they can get it elsewhere, right? So keeping that in mind, if you sell artwork on eBay, you have to remember that a lot of the artwork you're going to find on there is kind of, bargain priced, or priced lower than you would get elsewhere. And so an important thing to remember that is if you do sell on eBay, a lot of the people on eBay are going to either find something very niche or unique, or they're going to find something that is very common, but low priced. So my point out of that is that you're not probably going to make a whole lot of money selling on eBay because people that are on eBay are really looking for a bargain. So it's important to kind of keep that in mind, that if you're selling on eBay, I'm not saying you can't sell for a lot. I'm not saying you can't sell unique items and make a ton of money, but the vast majority of the people that are on eBay are trying to find unique items or very low priced items. And generally it's the latter of the two. That's why most of the stuff that sells on eBay is common goods that you can get elsewhere that are sold, like cheaper than you can get on Amazon generally, right? Just keep that in mind when you're selling artwork on eBay. Another thing to keep in mind is that eBay is a marketplace of goods, of any kind of good. So when you're selling on eBay, you're not just going up against other artists who are selling artwork. You're going up against people selling literally everything under the sun. And so your search result, your unique item that you're selling, is going to get buried. It's going to get buried under all these other things that aren't really related to what you're selling. So, for example, if you're a painter like me and you're selling a painting, not only are you going to be going up against other painters, but other people who are also just selling art in general, but then also people who label their stuff with the word art in it for that product. Does that make sense? For example, I saw someone who had sold a painting on eBay. I looked in the sold section and I looked at a listing, and that person had a picture of a painting. They said it was a unique painting that they sold. But when I went to the description, this description was for a book. So it didn't make any sense because they had sold a painting, but the description was for a book. So how did that make sense? So I don't know, but I know that there are people who do sell on eBay and they are successful, but a lot of them tend to put their own website in the description area, or they have like a little iframe and it shows like a web store somewhere in there or something like that. I know that they try to lead people to their website, or they'll sell cheap paintings or products. They'll sell very cheap things and then send like a business card or something like that that tells them, hey, go to my website and you can get a great deal or something like that, right? So they use it as kind of like a step in, like an entry level thing. So you could do that. But again, just to remember, one, people are probably going for, bargain prices. So you're not going to get as much selling on eBay as you are from your own website or from Saatchi or something like that, where you almost have to command higher prices because it's unique artwork, and there's a place for that. Also, just kind of consider the difference between eBay and Saatchi Art. For example, just because I'm already talking about them, the intentionality of someone going to eBay is to get something, probably low priced, right? I've never really gone to eBay to spend a lot of money, but that's just me. I'm not saying those people don't exist. But if I went to Saatchi Art, not only am I looking for a specific item, I'm looking for something that fits a specific category. I am also looking at art that I'm probably going to pay more for. So again, you just have to keep those things in mind. If you do plan on selling on eBay, I'm going to recommend that you don't, but again, it's definitely your call. So let me kind of go into the pros of selling on eBay. Now, I've kind of touched on some of the cons, and I'll just recap them real quick, but there are a couple of pros to selling on eBay. First off, they tend to offer free listings every month. So you can tend to list, a couple of pieces or a couple of big pieces, or multiple smaller pieces. I think it's like $1 amount that they give you every month, up to that amount, where you can sell those items for free. So basically you only pay if the item sells. You don't pay anything to list it up to a certain amount. So that is kind of nice. That is nice to be able to list those items on eBay, because it could be free sales or free traffic. And you could drive that traffic either to low priced items that you could sell very easily on eBay and then kind of get someone in the door, or you could kind of create these listings but then use that traffic to try to get people to your website or something. I don't know what their terms of service are, so I'm not trying to tell people to go against them. My point is that as a pro, eBay also has a lot of traffic. So they have a lot of visitors every month. And so if you could find a way to somehow leverage that for free, or getting some, small sales, it would also help you to kind of use that to leverage into other things, right? If you sell a dozen things on eBay, even if they were $5, you could easily say, I've sold a dozen products. I've sold across the world. You wouldn't be lying. You would be telling the truth, and you could use that, as experience or exposure or something. You could even use eBay as kind of a learning experience, because if you sell on eBay, you have to kind of follow some strict guidelines on how to ship it or which ways, and you kind of learn the process of it. So I would say that eBay is actually kind of a good tool in learning the process. If you're like a new artist and you're looking to sell your artwork and you don't really know much about it, if you sell on eBay, it's going to kind of teach you what you need to do, like how you need to kind of sell that out, what the prices are of items and of shipping and stuff like that. So I would say that, you can use it as kind of a learning tool to really understand the process of selling art. There's a lot involved. Obviously, there's the transactional side of actually selling it. There's the promotional side. There's the actually, delivering the product. There's a lot to, an art business. It's not just you make art and then it just sells and it just magically makes it to the customer. It just doesn't work that way. So, it can be a good learning tool. Like I said, it can also be free to kind of set it up and list some items so you can kind of get some traffic or feedback or, see what people are interested in. So it can be a good tool to kind of gauge some of these things. However, that's about, I would say, where the pros kind of end, because again, the intentionality, and this kind of moving into the cons, the intentionality of the people going to eBay most likely are not to buy art from just a regular person. I'm not, again, saying it can't happen, but most people on eBay, the vast majority of them are looking for a deal. So you're not going to make as much on eBay as you will, say, somewhere else. Now, if you're just trying to get rid of the art and you're okay with losing money or breaking even, eBay could be that. But again, even when I had multiple things listed, I almost got no traffic whatsoever. Maybe it's a long game and you have to play for a year or months or something, or maybe just my art didn't catch anyone's eye. Totally possible. But I would say, it's not that great. The other con is that you're not going to make as much money as you would selling from your own website where you can control the prices, or selling through somewhere like Saatchi Art where the prices are artificially raised, but you're also selling it for more because you have to make up that difference that they take. But it also makes your art more valuable, because if someone bought it for $1,000, then now your art is worth $1,000. Does that make sense? So you're now worth more because you're selling it for more. On eBay, that's probably not going to happen. Lastly, there's not a lot you can control about eBay. So obviously, if you're selling on eBay, really you're just kind of at the mercy of whatever the prices are that you can set through eBay. When you sell through your own website, you can control the prices, and you can control like discounts and coupons and stuff like that. Or through Saatchi Art. Now, Saatchi Art will run stuff. But it's just so, there's a lack of control through eBay. You can't really do a whole lot. You just set a price and then that's really it. And you only get certain descriptions. You can only post so many pictures without paying more. So it's just very limited. And again, that's fine for maybe small items or common items that are easy to sell. But for artwork, I feel like it's a little more difficult to sell it that way. Again, another con is that it's overcrowded and you're competing not only with other artists, but just people across the spectrum, depending on how they title their listings and what their listings are. So you could, be selling unique art, but then you're also going up against people who have replicas of things or copies of things or, whatever. And you might be selling a brand new painting like this, but other people could be selling used paintings. And obviously if someone's looking at a used painting for a lot less than a brand new unique painting, they may go with that, right? So again, that's just kind of the mentality of the people on there. So it's very crowded and you're not even going up against just artists. Lastly, the biggest con I would say about eBay is that, they're going to take cuts every single time. And there's going to be cuts kind of no matter where you go. But the problem with that is that if you're already kind of pricing it lower to begin with to try to get sales, eBay is going to take that cut both off the listing once you pass those first few free listings. And then you're going to have to pay not only listing fees, but also you're going to have to pay the fees if the product sells, and then you have to pay shipping on top of that. So it's also kind of that notion of it. And because eBay isn't, your website, you can't really control any of that. So you just kind of have to eat those fees. And kind of, again, you kind of have to just deal with that. You don't really have any control over that aspect. So ultimately, for me, I don't sell on eBay. It hasn't really worked out for me to begin with. And, like I said, I have multiple things listed. None of them sold. But in the long run, I'm kind of okay with that because now I've sold through my own website and through Saatchi Art and made quite a bit more money than I would have probably made on eBay. And, I'm okay with that. So what I would recommend is, the fact that if you sell through some of these other mediums, they're directed towards people who are buying art, not just people who are on the website that happen to find the art. So that's really it. That's kind of my overall take, and hopefully this made sense. If you have a different opinion, then let me know in the comment section. That's fine. I'm open to different opinions, but that's my take and my suggestion. So that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. God bless, and see you then. Bye, guys.